Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Chud. It's Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Kwam Yashala, Mighty Shabbat Shalom. And this lesson is entitled, America is One Big Outage. America is one big outage. And on the wake of some breaking news today, this is an article from the Newsbreak app entitled, Technology, Worldwide Internet Outage Disables Major Websites, Streaming Services, and Apps. Worldwide Internet Outage disables major websites, streaming services, and apps. And this is on the wake of a worldwide outage. As it says here, a massive internet outage on Monday morning, which was today, caused panic, leaving many of the world's largest online sites inoperable. And ultimately, America, which is a great merchant city of the earth, it thrives on online sites. It thrives on commerce, buying, selling, trading, whether that be sites like Amazon, eBay, and many more. Apps, Cash App, Zelle, and many more. America is one big marketplace. And the scriptures say, this is Revelation 18 and 15. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city, which is America, that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And that's going into the riches that America has gotten through its imports, its exports. This is a great merchant city. And America is known for trade, commerce, whether it be buying, selling, whether it be the imports, the exports by boat, plane, train. I'll get that word merchant really quick. Revelation 18 and 15. This is Revelation 18 and 15. I read the NLT first. It says, the merchants who became wealthy by selling her these things will stand at a distance, terrified by her great torment. They will weep and cry out, how terrible for that great city, which is America. And it's none other than America. That's why all these different plagues are hitting this place. Because America is that place of great judgment that the Lord is ultimately going to take off the face of the earth. It says, how terrible for that great city. She was clothed in finest purple and scarlet linens, decked out with gold and precious stones and pearls. And let's go into that word merchant, because that's the point. Emperos, which goes into merchant, it says, one on a journey, whether by sea or by land, especially for trade. And America is that great merchant city where the nations of the earth have got their rocks off by trading, buying, and selling. But that time is short-lived, and you have scenarios like this that just point to the end. It says, a massive internet outage on Monday morning caused panic, leaving many of the world's largest online sites inoperable. Right, those merchant sites what people buy, sell, and trade. Another one is Etsy. That's another one that has different countries that import goods into America from their country. And they haven't been able to get those goods into America due to these different tariffs, taxes imposed on them, stopping that trade. But that's all trickling down to a great crash, like the scripture said, crash from the hills, noise and the howling from the fish gate. That's going into this economy crashing. And Revelation, the 18th chapter, is alluding to that. So it says, outline of biblical usage, a merchant as opposed to a retailer or petty tradesman. Strong's definition, tradesman. Simple as that. Merchant is a tradesman. And America thrives off of trade. So this is one big outage. All right. And this is just a peek into the future for this place. It says a problem at an Amazon Web Services facility in North Virginia knocked out many websites, messaging platforms, banks, and other internet-based services, according to reports. And this is ultimately all a test run for Revelation 13 and 16, which ultimately these different quote-unquote outages are going to lead to an economic crash. They're going to lead to these different sites, bank access, not being able to be granted anymore. You're not going to be able to go on Amazon and get stuff shipped to you within 2 days. You're not going to be able to go on Amazon and get anything at all. That time is coming. We're in that time. It's a prophetical time. And these events like this, they're not just pointing to nothing. This is pointing to the end. It says among the sites affected by the outage are Amazon web pages and services, Snapchat, Grammarly, Canva, and Ring. Streaming services such as Hulu, Disney, and Roku were also down due to the outage, as were the cryptocurrency site Coinbase. So you also have financial services sites that were down too. Sites that you buy and trade from, sites that you stream from, your favorite movies. So the mirth of this place is ceasing, man. Bear with me. Okay, and I'll start at 10. This is Isaiah 24 and 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. And we're coming into that point in time right now because among these different outages, you also have civil war looming, uproars of the people, inflation, the lack of jobs, work shortages. So what is this all alluding to? This is not alluding to America going into a dark place and then the economy is going to come back and thrive again. This is alluding to all-out stock market crash, full-blown civil war. Like the scriptures say, Egyptian versus Egyptian. But that city here that it's talking about is America, just like the city that was talking about in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Revelation 18 and 16, and saying, Alas, that great city, which is America, that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Because America, for so long, has kept that pride and that sense of deceiving the earth by believing that it was so royal. But all these different judgments, these plagues, these pestilences, they're showing forth that America is not that royal city that it portrayed itself to be throughout the earth. That's why the scriptures say the city of confusion is broken down. And that's America. So it says, verse 17, for in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. And that's alluding to what this article is going into. All right. These different traders, the marketplace, it's all in shambles. It says, Streaming services such as Hulu, Disney, and Roku are also down due to the outage, as were the cryptocurrency site Coinbase, the financial services site Robinhood, the rideshare service Lyft, the popular game Fortnite, the foreign language educational app Duolingo, numerous banks from around the world, and many others. So these sites were down. They had an outage, so to speak. But America is one big outage. So if you're putting your trust in the society to continue, if you're putting your trust in Amazon and Hulu and Disney and all those streaming apps and all those Coinbase apps, cryptocurrency apps, stock market apps, they're going to fail, man. But guess what? Prophecy is not going to fail. This word is not going to fail, right? The Lord's word is not going to change. The Lord said he's going to take America down. For in 1 hour, all her great riches shall come to naught in a sudden moment. So it says, Revelation 18:17 again, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And that's America. And they're crying because they can't get money out of their cash cow anymore. Not because America was such a great place. Because, no, they can't get their trades off. They can't get their imports in, exports out, right? That's why that's standing afar off, because America is not lucrative anymore. It's crashing. You can't get anything out of this place. The economy is failing. The currency is failing, as well as the other nations round about, the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They're not dealing with America's currency. They're adopting their own currency. So that's further contributing to America being more and more weak. So it says, I started 17 in the NLT. It says, in a single moment, all the wealth of the city is gone, and all the captains of the merchant ships and their passengers and sailors and crews will stand at a distance. They will cry out. They will cry out as they watch the smoke ascend, and they will say, where is there another city as great as this? That's right. And there will be no other city that rises up like America rose up and had dominance throughout the earth, and ultimately was taken down by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right. America is going to be an example of the Lord's judgment. All right. The city of confusion is broken down. Isaiah 24:10, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Soon on the streets of America, you're going to have full-blown martial law, full-blown draconian laws. The streets, you're not going to be able to go to the next city or get on the next exit, all right? Or take a plane, take a bus, take a train to your destination. All that is coming to an end. It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree and as the gleaming grapes when the vintage is done. And that's what's going on right now. All right. Let me get that in the NLT. It's Isaiah 24:10 in the NLT. The city writs in chaos, and that's what's coming. When Amazon gets shut down, when these people can't stream their favorite movies, get on their stock market apps and invest, what are they going to do? They're going to take it to the streets. When they go into the stores, and like the scriptures say, suddenly the full storehouse shall appear empty, and they can't get their 3 meals a day, and they can't get their goods. Like the scriptures say, victuals shall be so cheap, and they shall think they're in good case, but then evil shall grow on earth. So once the society, water runs short, the people are going to go mad, man. They're going to take it to the streets. So it says, every home is locked to keep out intruders. Mobs gather in the streets, crying out for wine. Joy has turned to gloom. Gladness has been banished from the land. The city is left in desolation. The city is left in ruins, Salakia, its gates battered down. Throughout the earth, the story is the same. only a remnant is left, like the stray olives left on the tree or the few grapes left on the vine after harvest. And that's the hopeful elect, man. All right. Alas, this is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And this is going to be left nothing but desolation. Like it said in verse 12, it said, and the city is left desolation and the gate is smitten with destruction. Your gate is your what? Your defense system. All right. It's going to be ultimately taken down, man. America is weakened enough already as it is. Not weakened enough, but weakened already as it is, man. And it's going to be weakened more until it's completely broken down and left desolate in this third world's war, which will be nuclear, like it says in Isaiah 9:5. But this shall be with fuel and fire. All right, and I'm going to get that word outage and I'll take it out because America is one big outage. It says outage. A period when a power supply or other service is not available or when equipment is closed down. It says a period when a power supply or other service is not available or when equipment is closed down. And we know ultimately that not available is going to turn into permanent. All right. A period when a power supply or other service is completely gone. All right. So Lord willing, this message was edifying. America is one big outage. I'm going to say Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Chud. Hero Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings until next time. Kwam Yasha'Allah, mighty Shabbat Shalom.